Imagine waking up tomorrow to discover that nearly one-fifth of the world's oil supply is trapped behind a single stretch of water. No warning, no escape. Just one narrow passage that suddenly becomes the center of a global crisis. That place is the Strait of Hormuz. And today, it stands at the heart of one of the most dangerous confrontations between the United States and Iran in recent years. Here's what happened. Over the weekend, the conflict escalated dramatically. Iran launched attacks on American military bases across Kuwait, Bahrain, Jordan, Oman, and Qatar, calling them retaliation for a new wave of U.S. airstrikes. At the same time, the United States announced it had carried out dozens of precision attacks on Iranian military targets. According to U.S. Central Command, American forces struck air defense systems, missile launch sites, coastal radar stations, drone facilities, and military boats. The operation also marked the first combat use of one-way attack sea drones by the U.S. military. But the battlefield isn't the only concern. The real prize is the Strait of Hormuz. This narrow waterway, located between Iran and Oman, carries around 20% of the world's oil shipments. Every day, millions of barrels of crude oil pass through this tiny corridor, supplying economies across Europe, Asia, and beyond. If shipping is disrupted, the consequences could be felt worldwide. That's why the latest developments have sent shockwaves through global markets. Oil prices surged as traders feared that the conflict could interrupt energy supplies. Brent crude and U.S. oil futures both climbed sharply as uncertainty spread. Adding to the confusion, Washington and Tehran offered completely different stories about what is happening in the strait. Iran claimed it had moved to close the waterway, while the United States insisted it was conducting operations to protect commercial shipping and keep the route open. These conflicting claims make it difficult to know exactly what is happening on the water. Meanwhile, the fragile peace agreement reached just weeks ago appears to be falling apart. The deal had promised negotiations, a ceasefire, and the reopening of the strait after months of tension. Now, renewed attacks have placed that agreement in serious doubt. Iran has accused the United States of destroying diplomatic progress and pressuring Oman, the country that has been trying to mediate negotiations between both sides. With missiles flying, oil prices climbing, and the world's most important energy route under threat, the stakes continue to rise. The question now is no longer whether tensions are increasing. The question is whether diplomacy can return before this regional conflict grows into something much larger. Because when the Strait of Hormuz is at risk,